The game is okay. Hello and welcome to the final race of the MRL Season 12 season. I just had season twice in a row. Nice. Nice. Good start, Dutchie. Good start to your last ever broadcast. God, I am not prepared whatsoever, but we are here at Jeddah this week, and I think the championship is all wrapped up. Let me just have a quick looky look before we, just to make sure. Let me just make absolutely sure that yes. Oh no. No, we do still technically have a championship fight on our hands. Quax needs to outscore Omarmo by 25 points in order for Omarmo not to win the championship. How are things standing in the constructors? It's Haas versus Red Bull. Okay. So it's gonna be Quax and Omarmo. So it's gonna be the Haas's and the Red Bulls we're going to be focusing on mainly today, because those are the two in the championship battle. Let's get everything up on screen that we need. As I think Quarks is going to be the first of those people to set a lap time. Yes, I hope the stream is all working perfectly, because last time we had a little bit of issues with audio and such, so I hope today the audio is at least doable, as we are on board with the Haas driver going through Sector 2 now. And this is a really difficult track, because the walls are so close and you're at full throttle for quite a big portion of the lap, that you'll really have to thread the needle. You have to be on the right line at all times, and if you're not, you could end up in the wall in an instant, and that might be Omarmo's downfall today, because he has been caught up in some incidents. Some of them were not his fault, like the last one we've seen in Imola. If that is going to be the reason Omarmo doesn't win the championship, because twice in a row he's getting fucked over by another car, that would be an insane way for Quarks to win the championship. But it's possible, and he starts us off with a 30.2, and then it's gonna be over to his teammate. He wants his teammate to be close, but not ahead of him, as the Ferrari of Eduardo goes in second, 8 tenths behind the Haas driver, as we go through the swooping corners of Sector 2 with Snoop Francis, the other Haas driver. And whichever one finishes ahead will take the Constructors' Championship of Haas versus Red Bull, because they are just 2 points separated from each other. And Snoop Francis is really attacking these corners now, trying to get as much time out of the car as absolutely possible, taking a nice tight line through this curved straight. It is basically getting the braking absolutely right, turning the car and getting a decent exit, letting the car run out wide beautifully. Now opening the DRS for that run up to the line, and what is he gonna put down? He's gonna go faster than his teammate. Is at 29.8. And that is now gonna be over to the Red Bulls, as Nate OG is going to be the first of the two to start a lap, and it looks like Omarmo is going for a second build lap, so we will be focusing on Nate OG. Through Sector 1, Looks all nice and tidy. Let's see what that sector time is. It's a 33-0. Of course, it is going to be a personal best for him, but I didn't pay attention to the sector times of the other guys, so I don't know how I was going to stack up to them. But he does have a little bit of traffic in the way in form of sister team sugar-free Red Bull or Racing Bulls. As John does work, goes quickest of all with a 29.3. He is unfortunately out of the championship battle. It does go half a second clear of Francis, as the Racing Bull kind of does stay in the way of Nate OG, makes him run wide and into the wall, and there goes Nate OG out of qualifying. One Red Bull definitely not getting a time, and his teammates hit into him. I wonder who was that? Was that Rowdy? That was Rowdy. Was he on a lap as well? It's not a competitive lap, and I fear that will be a penalty going into next season, a qualifying ban for Rock and Rowdy, because that was, unless he was on a lap, which I don't think he was, that was very, very much impeding from Rock and Rowdy, and the Red Bull TP not happy with that one. I see you in chat, MRK. Also, hello, Edge. How are you doing? As well as Jack Fletcher. Jesus. I'm having trouble getting the words out of my mouth today. Fox is on a slow lap. Ted has just come out of the pit. And Ty's also not on a fast lap. Well, the man who has some controversy or a possible penalty looming over his head might not be about to start lap. Okay. Well, Viper is on a lap, I think. The McLaren of Viper Swipes. He's had a rough season. He's had some good performances, but also some really unlucky moments across the start of the season mainly. Let's just see what he can manage to put down into this final qualifying session. He's usually around the top 10. Like 5th till 10th is basically where he usually stands, and exactly he goes 6th place right now, just 2 tenths behind Midnight in the Sauber, as the sole remaining Red Bull is on his outlap. Still 9 minutes to go in this session, so still plenty of time for Omarmo to enter a good lap, or enter a banker lap, and then have a second run to try and improve on that. So he's got all the time in the world. We also are one McLaren down because Striker is struggling to start the game. I had the exact same problem today, Striker. So I would suggest you reboot your console which you're playing on, whether that's PC or PlayStation or whatever. You just completely restart that, and hopefully that'll work then. Omarmo looks good through the first sector. He's actually weaving. I think this is another build lap for Omarmo. He's gonna cut it close on time. So we will be going to Snoop Francis, who is now going for his second push lap. With 7.5 minutes left to go. And he's 6/10 up through sector 1. He is on pole, professional pole. Is Snoop Francis gonna have a magical performance in his bag to get Haas the World Constructors Championship? Because as it stands, both Haases in the top 5, both Red Bulls not even in the top 10. 7.5 tenths up after 2 sectors. What is he gonna be able to do? It's just a straight and a braking zone now. He's got his teammate in front of him for a little bit of a tow. Into the last corner. Gets it turned in, gets on the power. Where is Snoop Francis gonna go? Is he gonna go to that stop spot? He can't miss it. Surely he can't. And it's a 28.9 for him. Now, on to his teammate. Or is it Omarmo who's now finally setting a good lap time? Yes, he is. Omarmo is already invalidated. Cool. Back to the Haas. Absolutely pushing the limits in P4, but 1.1 seconds of his own teammate right now. He's gained 3/10 in sector 1. He's gonna have to push on to find a little bit more, because I reckon he wants to start as far away from Omarmo as possible. And it's going to be difficult for Omarmo not to be crowned world champion today, because someone's told me that points are given out from P12, and we've got 13 races. So one DNF will, and if that's not Omarmo, that will ensure Omarmo world champion, I believe. But then you've also still got the battle between the constructors of Haas and Red Bull. Quarks, meanwhile, goes up into P3 with a diesel lap. He gets within a second of his teammate, but is still 7.5 tenths behind him. And I may hope Omarmo now finally gets a good time on the board. He is valid, and he is 1.2 seconds up. So one would suggest this is the lap for Omarmo as we ride on board with him. Just able to carry so much speed into the corners and keep the car under control. And look at the speed from Omarmo. There's second. Purple second sector there for him. Is he gonna be able to kind of delay that party for Haas a little bit and snatch pole here? Omarmo has it in him. He ain't almost world champion for nothing. As he opens the DRS, comes across the line. He looks to be out of ERS already, and that's why he goes P5 with a 30 point. What was that? A 30 flat. Well, we're nearing the end of quali now, and John Does Work is on his out lap for what will presumably be his final lap. Well, not presumably. It has to be with how little time there is. And so far, here to see Snoop Francis dominate. Well, that is what he's doing right now, and that's what he needs to be doing for his team to be able to win the Constructors. It's Haas versus Red Bull. 2 points separate them. Whoever finishes ahead of the other wins the Constructors Championship here in Tier 5 Season 12 of MRL. And right now the Haas drivers are doing a mega job in making that happen. Nate OG really unlucky with the teammate of this man on screen right here, Rockin' Rowdy. He impeded Nate OG in my humble opinion, and actually put him, made him spin into the wall, if you ask me. But who will ask me? Probably no one, because John Does Work has just gone through the first sector, and he's at 10th up. Purple sector 1 for him. Ooh, little luck up into the hairpin there, or so it looked like. Game has launched for Striker. Well, he's at least one step further than what he was 5 minutes ago. John Does Work. Can't really. He can move up into P2 of the driver standings, which he will want to do. But he's not able to become world champion anymore, if I am correct. But it certainly hasn't taken the fire out of him, as you can see, because he is still rapid and he is on for a possible pull time if he can just absolutely nail this final sector. And lets the car run out wide nicely, just keeps a little bit of margin on the exit, and then coming across the line, it is 1,000 slower than his previous best time. And now Snoop Francis, we turn it over to him. He's going through sector 1. And this is such a critical part of the lap, because you really need to rely on the tires here. You really need to rely on the downforce right there. And Omarmo is not going out again. Omarmo's not going to set another time, as Snoop Francis is pushing to extend his pole, which is already basically 4/10, so I don't think he will need to be able to do that. But he is going to be the first of the people that matter to cross the line. He is a 10th up. He is improving on that benchmark that he has set so far. How much quicker can he go? Snoop Francis, 4 Haas into the final corner. Didn't look like the best of runs through. They might have lost some time. Snoop Francis now coming across the line, and he doesn't improve indeed. John Does Work has invalidated. He's not going to be able to improve. What about Quarks? He is coming through the final corner now. Lets it run out wide, tries to get the best line possible. Opens the DRS up to the line, and it is a 2/10 improvement, but not enough to improve his position. And I think that is going to be everyone. No, Bredwardo. He is on a 4/10 improvement so far. Currently in P10. 4/10 would see him either up to P8, and maybe with even more, you could get himself up to P7. Going into that last corner. And that's a big snap of oversteer for Bredwardo. And that has lost him all the time he gained, and he pulls it into the pits in frustration. And that's going to be your grid. That is going to be your grid. I did see Striker join. So I think he will be able to race. Let's hope he will. And we've got Snoop Francis on pole position with John Does Work joining him on the front row. Quarks in third for Haas. They did an amazing job. They set a good foot to winning that Constructors Championship. That in P4, Grey Days in P5, Omarmo in P6 are championship contender. 7th is Viper Swipe, 8th is Midnight, 9th is Tie Suit, and 10th is Bredwardo. And Omarmo, he might not be super duper fast, but a P5 will be enough for him to win the championship. So he is doing what he needs to do from his personal point of view. And for Red Bull, it's a difficult situation because they've got both their opponents at the front of the grid in the top 3. and themselves in P5 and P13 at the back of the grid on the last row. But as you guys know, this is MRL, this is Tier 5. This is Chaos City. Everything you don't expect to happen, it happens. Like last week, Omarmo was winning by around 10 seconds, I believe, with 3 or 4 laps to go. And I already said he was going to be world champion. Right now, and then 2 laps before the end, then there was a safety car, and 2 laps before the end, he got caught up in a crash. So he went from first to last in 1 lap. And that is the sort of thing that can happen in Tier 5 here. And we've got 5 red lights and we're lights out! And it's away we go for the last time here in Season 12 as the House of Snoop Francis gets a very good start. Everybody stays basically, there's a spinner there at the back. That looks like the RB of Rock and Rowdy Striker. And Crank is also, oh my god, did I just see... I just saw a whole bunch of carbon fiber. And this is going to be spicy. Omarmo, our championship leader, right now not able to find a way past. But he's getting past by Bredwado. The Aston Martin of Taisuk tries to have a look as well. And look who's there already right behind him, Nate OG. Is he going to be able to make that move right around the outside? No, he is not. Unfortunate for him. And both horses, 1 and 2, dream scenario for Haas Racing Team right now. 1 and 2 with Red Bull at the bottom of the points. And Snoop Francis already has a 1.4 second lead. But if they want Quarks to have a shot at winning the championship, Quarks needs to win this race. If Quarks wants to have a shot at winning the championship, he needs to win this race. So Haas are probably gonna have to do some sort of team orders here. And let's go on board with our championship leader right now, who is passing the Ferrari of Bredwado. Looking at a move from Midnight up ahead. Midnight goes deep. Does it, and that's another place gained for Omarmo. No, it's not. They're side by side going into this first sector. Very tight here. Oh my god, they just make it. And the only thing Omarmo needs to do here is just keep his nose clean and make sure he finishes in the points. That's his only concern this race. Finish in the points and you're world champion. His only concern. So he will try to be looking and keep his nose clean with all these punchy drivers right behind him, such as Midnight, who can be punchy, but you also know is fair. He will not make a reckless move. He has experience written all over him. As all of them kind of get caught up by Viper Swipe right now. Bredwado, is the Ferrari going to be able to make a move around the outside? Yes, so is the Red Bull. Is this going to be free right into this corner? No, but it almost is. And then Nate OG sneaking it up the inside of Bredwado. And possibly also getting... And he is getting Midnight. Beautiful move there from Nate OG. As I have a couple... as we have a little bit of lag issues and contact between the Ferrari and the Williams. And now Omarmo is freed from Viper Swipe. We give out points from first all the way down to P12, if I am correct. Benjamin. And the Red Bull driver of NATO G now right on the back of Viper Swipe. He will be wanting to get past ASAP for that Constructors Championship to have a chance right there. Taisuit is the first one to get a penalty somehow, and he now has a 3 extra seconds to his name, and that looked a little bit weird. The way NATO G just went past Viper there. Looked like unnecessary contact. Tires? Well, okay, you're gonna get them for 5 seconds, but for the rest of the race, you're not getting them. Just because I want this to be a strategy masterclass as well. So you're gonna get them for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Those were the tires. You're not gonna see tires for the rest of the race. NATO G now, however, is still stuck between Viper Swipes. And he can't find a way past the McLaren driver. So let's just listen in on board with NATO G. Nice move there from NATO G. Oh no, wait, Viper did they have contact? I could not see that very well. You don't hear the engines? Okay, I can hopefully fix that. That means this should be better. Well, let me know if you guys hear them right now, as we do have a big battle here where we join in. Are the engines hearable right now? They should be. Ah, cool, cool, cool. Love that. So, and after 5 laps, Omarmo has set his sight on Ted in P5. After his difficult start, he is able to use his pace to get back up the field. And Ted is the next one on the hit list for him. You go into the slipstream, left, right, lots of moves from Omarmo, who just goes clean around the outside on the straight of Ted, and there's P5 for the Red Bull driver. And the Red Bull driver seems to have a lot of pace, so let's just jump on board with him for a lap and enjoy a world champion in the making. There you go. That's a lap on board with the provisional world champion. He is going to be world champion if things stand as they are. As we've got a huge battle for P3. Great Ace and John Doe's work. John Doe's work just been overtaken by Great Ace, I think. And the Williams now up into P3. Let's actually have a little look at position change. John Doe's work didn't have the best start. Dropped 2 positions since the start of the race. Great Ace has gained 2. Quarks has gained 1. Omarmo has gained 1. NATO G has gained 7, but it's still not enough for the Red Bull drivers. As Haas are currently comfortably champions with that 1 and 2. But Quarks, he needs to win this race if he wants to become world champion, and this would be a perfect time for Haas to say, hey yo boys, swap around real quick. Because unless I am absolutely stupid, but I am going to check right now. I believe it's Quarks who is in the championship fight, 24 points behind Omarmo. And yes, that is the case. So I'm interested to know what the strategy is at Haas. Because Quarks does need that win in order to have any chance at winning the Drivers' Championship. But as long as this man finishes where he is, that all doesn't matter. Because as long as he finishes in the points, no one can take that World Championship away from him. And just in front of that man, these two are battling, the Williams and the RB. As Viper Swipers retired from the session, he has gone into the wall and we've got a safety car. Safety car here on lap 8 of the Jeddah Grand Prix. Both the Haas drivers dive it into the pits. The Haas drivers are double stacking. Williams stays out. RB stays out, but the Red Bull also comes in. Both Red Bulls come in. Red Bull double stack, Haas double stacks. Snoop Francis comes out in third. So he didn't really lose. I think everybody went in except Great Ace and John Doe's work. And now this could throw the championship battle or right on his head again, at least for the constructors. Because one of the Haas cars could have a problem here at this safety car restart. I see we've got 18 people in the chat. Thank you all guys all very much for joining this stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you guys know when Moose Racing Leaf goes live. And don't forget to stay around this night for the remaining tiers. We've got tier 4, tier 3, tier 2, tier 1, and I think tier no assist as well. Even though I'm not 100% sure if that's actually been being run this season. But nevertheless, make sure you stay all day, every day with MRL. As everybody is now forming up to the queue, to the back of the queue. And I will keep it right here, because this is usually where the incidents happen, like near the back of the queue. Yes, we might have safety car in this lap. There you go, we do. And everybody's gonna slow up here. And oh yeah, there's the crashes, there's the crashes, there's the crashes. I told you, I told you, I told you. Back of the pack always throws up mayhem. Oh my god! Midnight is round, and he takes a Red Bull racing car with him. NATO G still in the points. And on top of that, Quarks has gotten a 10-second time penalty in that kerfuffle. That will not do his championship hopes any good. He went onto the hard tires and is sliding about all over the place. And now we'll have the person that he needed to not finish into the point right on his tail, trying to overtake him. Omarmo much better through turns 1 and 2 than Quarks. And Hedge just got out of the front. A great ace has retired, and oh my god. That is a terrible place for that car to be. And there we go. I think we can now officially confirm Omarmo as world champion. And also, the championship, the Constructors' Championship, is now in Red Bull's favor again. Because both Haas drivers had a 10-second penalty, while Snoop Francis has just removed his. But Quarks has a 10-second. Snoop Francis is all the way at the back of the grid. Omarmo is in second and NATO G is in seventh. Red Bull currently are Constructors' Champions. So it'll all depend from what Snoop Francis is able to do against the rest of the field. They're already going side by side right here. Look at Taisu just getting scared of the cars braking in front there. You don't see that anywhere but in Tier 5. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's going to be up to Snoop Francis. He is gonna have to make the biggest gains. Because right now, Red Bull are the Constructors' Champions. And I think this is the last lap of safety car. Look at all these boys just eager to be getting underway again. There you go, safety car in this lap. We're probably gonna have another kerfuffle here. There you go, we're back on the way. And indeed, Ted with wind damage, as pointed out by Edge in chat. And Omarmo had to defend. This is sent down the inside. I saw that just in the back of screen from that RP, but it does. Oh, and there's a half spinner. Snoop Francis already up into P10. Just jump on board with him because he needs to be making the moves. The RB goes wide there, Rockin' Rowdy. And oh! And that's the horse out! That's the horse out! And that is probably championship win for Red Bull Racing. Well done, MRK! And that's what I said here in Tier 5. It can change in the blink of an eye. Lap 7. Haas were leading 1-2. Nothing could go wrong for them. But then everything went wrong for them. Because on lap 8 we had a safety car. Safety car restart was a mess. And now 6 laps later, 6 laps after they had a 1-2, they've got one car out, one car with a 10-second time penalty, and the championship leader breathing down his neck. And that's safety car number 3 now. This race has been pure chaos. Agreed. This season has been pure chaos here in Tier 5. Like, there hasn't been a single race where there hasn't been chaos here in Tier 5, I believe. But now that we've got a safety car, I can eat a little bit more of my pizza. Now we're stuck on another safety car. You would have been on the last lap of the safety car. I mean, that's not a bad strategy, honestly, because there's so much chaos happening. Safety cars breed safety cars, and yeah, if you're able to keep yourself out of those incidents for just one safety car, that could be huge for your race. Yeah, fresh tires for the last stint, lots of penalties. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, well, I think with Quarks' time penalty, I think there's gonna be something to say about that, because there was a little bit of a kerfuffle onto the safety car restart where he got it. And yeah, I don't know, that might get removed. I'm gonna see the message pop up very shortly, I think. Yeah, there we go. And if I'm completely honest, Red Bull really didn't have to work for their win today. Like, I wouldn't say they have been given it, but they didn't really have to work for it, because Haas just made mistakes. Mistakes that they didn't need to make, especially with Snoop Francis there. Over pushing, getting into the wall, but now the restart has been done. Omarmo's under pressure. And he's diving it up the inside of Quarks, and oh my god, he's literally almost made that move stick. And a matter of fact, he is alongside. He's gonna not be able to send it down the inside here. I would have absolutely loved that. And is now the championship leader. Can he win the championship in style by winning this race? Is he gonna go left? No, he's gonna go right to the outside. Isn't gonna be able to hang around the outside. Actually has Bradwater on his inside there, but somehow manages to stay in front. As Taisu gets a 3-second warning, we are getting a beautiful capture of what it's like to be a world champion, or what you need to do to be a world champion, because look at the aggressiveness from Omarmo, but the aggressiveness from Bradwater! Holy moly, what a send around the outside! And Bradwater takes the lead in the Ferrari! Holy shit! What a move! That has left me absolutely speechless. And Omarmo once again sends it up the inside of Quarks. But can't make the move stick. But holy moly, what a move from Bradwater that was. Oh, the two Mercedes are battling, with Striker now getting swallowed up by NATO G. And possibly John Does Work. Striker manages to stay ahead there. John Does Work sending it around the outside. Holy shit. Like, this is the midfield in Tier 5, and it's absolutely... Oh! There goes another one. And another safety car. Striker has strong wing damage. Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there you go. There's that from wing damage on show there. And Crank is getting really close to that inside wall, and then everybody and their mother driving into the pits to take a set of softs till the end. Oh, this is pain for Striker. Because Ted also had to change his front wing. And somehow they're able to do an unsafe rejoin. I know that they can't do it, that Rock and Rowdy doesn't have any influence on that, but come on, game. Come on, game. Are you telling me Omarmo did not pit? Sorry, but that's a dumb decision. Bredwado is gonna have these three guys easily. Just watch somebody get caught up by the fact that the cars are moving slow. Odds are at 3%. The drivers that pitted are going to wreck trying to push. This is gonna end badly. Well, at least we have some chaos then. But I have trust in these drivers. I have trust in the Ferrari of Bredwado. I have trust in Jando's work, and that didn't even pit. Well, yeah, he did pit for mediums then. Okay. I guess he didn't have any softs left over. Kind of a mix in strategies here, as I will now choose to show the tires for these last couple of laps, because this is the final showdown of Season 12. And this is where Red Bull are gonna not only get a Drivers' World Championship for one of their drivers, but also the Constructors. After Haas has had a miserable race. And we've got the safety car in this lap. Who is going to get called out? think it's gonna be no one. I think we're all gonna be safely away. Also not anyone really under pressure. Couple of looks down the field, but no real moves being made. Ted getting a great exit there. Is he going to be able to hang it around the outside of John does work? Probably not, but he tries it anyway. Oh, big snap from Ted there. Just able to keep it. Eduardo and Tyson. Oh, that's a contact. There goes John Does Works from wing element. Does send it up the inside though. Tyson having to take a face of action there. Is he going to be able to get back onto John? Nope, he's going to have to defend from Ted. Oh, Bedrado goes a little bit wide there. That might just ruin his chances to win this race. John Does Work is missing a front end plate, so his chances will also be gone. I think the winner of today's race is going to be none other than world champion Omarmo, who is on the behind of Quarks, looking to make a move. And this is the perfect place to make that move. He's gonna wait until the straight here. Doesn't get the best exit. But that doesn't matter because he's in the slipstream. He sets the fastest lap. He goes to the outside. And he doesn't get the position. Oh, Breduardo! Breduardo's out! And he's in the middle of the track! What happened to Breduardo? And now going on to the final lap, Omarmo really... Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it up the inside. Is he going to be able to make that move stick? No, he's alongside him. Red Bull and Haas going alongside into the final lap of the season, and the world champion takes the lead. Quarks is just behind him. Ted also just behind him in P3. He will get P2 the way it is. John Does Work will get onto the podium the way it is. And Quarks goes wide. Quarks goes wide, allows Ted up his inside, but then cuts him off, shuts the door on him, and loses so much time to Omarmo. And he goes wide again, and he's pushing just a little bit too hard now on this final lap. Omarmo takes the victory. And is Ted gonna be able to take P2 on track? He wants to, he wants to, he wants to. He sends it up the inside. He sends it up the inside. That's not a smart move. But he almost made it work. He almost made it work. And now, with John Does Work, oh my god, he has so much speed advantage. Almost goes into the wall. Now he goes up the inside. Is he gonna be able to get P2 here? Oh, it's all kicking off behind, but out in front, it's Omarmo, who is world champion, and Red Bull, who are constructors champions. And John Does Work finishes in P2 with half a front wing. It's Ted in P3, NATO G in P4, and Quarks has to settle for 5th. Nate OG with the driver of the day according to the game, but the TP of the day is going to be MRK, because well done, you sir are the constructors championship here in tier 5, and you've got a world champion in your team in Omarmo. What a season, guys. What a season. So we are just going to do a quick rundown of the race results, and then I'm gonna pop out of here. And I'm gonna send you guys over to tier 4, but first of all, that race rundown, when this ends. But Red Bull and MRK, both of them champions. A winning combination here in season 12. Well done for picking them, MRK. Very well done. As I don't think I'm gonna get tired. I'm gonna get the opportunity to do the race rundown. So nope, I am not. So I am just gonna switch over to this cam and Omarmo interview of course. Why wouldn't I interview the world champion? I'm sorry, my brain's all over the place today. Yes, he is in the interview waiting room. Let's switch la scene. First of all, make sure this is all good. It wasn't. Okay, let's drag him into here. The champion of season 12 here in tier 5, our champion, it is Omarmo. Welcome in. How are you feeling? How are you feeling after that?
Feeling good, man. Saudi's my favorite track, but also highest chance of DNFing, so I was just trying to finish, man.
Yeah, it was a very, very interesting race, because at one point the horses were 1 and 2, and you guys, you were still looking like the world champion, but Red Bull wasn't looking like the constructors champion. And then in a lap or two, that all just completely turned on his head, and you guys run away with it.
Yeah, man. So many safety cars, but yeah, I was just trying to keep it clean. Had some extra pace in hand, but yeah, it was a great way to round out a fun season.
Yeah, and what was the plan actually? What was the battle plan going into this race? Because you had a 24-point lead going into the race. You only needed 1 or 2 more points to secure that championship. What was your plan going into this race?
The plan? Survive. Yeah,
I,
especially when I saw the grid was pretty small. It was literally just finishing. So that's why the whole race I was just trying to avoid people, let them pass if need be. And yeah, at the end, then I was like, might as well just pull this gap. Just try to keep it clean.
yeah, well, a very well-deserved championship and a champion's drive today as well, with just as you said, surviving, letting people by when they need to, because the only objective for you was finishing, and a very good champion's drive from you, and a very well-deserved championship. Any last words before we head out?
Yeah, I mean, just thank you for everything, man. It was a really good season. Really enjoyed it. Also, great job to John Does Works and Quags. Very, very fun battles this season, and yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Yes, well, I'm gonna let you go. Enjoy that championship, because I know how tough they are to get.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I think I'll be reserving tier 4 now, so into another one.
All
All right,
right,
man.
enjoy it.
Appreciate it. Take care.
All right, and now for the final time in my MRL career, I am gonna lead you guys to tier 4. I've been Dutchy, I've been Skill Issue, and good luck in the future, guys. I love you.